Hi, Jacqueline Foster here. So excited to be back. Today I have a little challenge for you. And on top of the challenge, first I'd like to ask you a little trivia. So, what is something that you have in your house that I bet you use every day? Actually, I'm willing to bet I'm positive that you use it every day. And you have a love-hate relationship with it, probably at the very least. And it's something that a lot of the times probably you want to use it, but you don't want to use it, and it ends up being a way for you to kind of beat yourself up. Can you guess what I'm thinking? I'm talking about the mirror. I want to talk about this today because I think this is something really important to be aware of. How we talk to ourselves when we look into this thing and how we can begin to shift our dialogue. One of the reasons I wanted to talk about this today is because I'm reading this book called Soul Without Shame, A Guide to Liberating Yourself from the Judge Within by Byron Brown. And the reason that I want to talk about this and tie this in is I really love the way he talked about the body. What he says is that the body is the most tangible expression that we have of ourselves, that we have of who we are. And this really got me thinking for two reasons. One, because the body really is an expression of who we are. And not only is it an expression of who we are, but it houses all of the other ways we express ourselves through our mind, through our soul's desires. It is the house for that. And when I kind of sunk that in, it made me realize, whoa, like this is a pretty amazing thing that I have here. And I know a lot of times we might hear that and think, yeah, I know the body's important. But when you really sink that in, that your body truly is a tangible expression of who you are. And not only that, it is the house for your soul, for your mind, for every other way that you want to creatively express yourself and interact with other people. It's a pretty amazing and important thing. And it's a pretty amazing and important thing to be really taking care of and showing love towards. So what I want to talk about today is a way that you can incorporate what I like to call morning messages. And the way that you can begin to do this is the first thing in the morning, pay attention to two things when you look in the mirror. Because it is, I imagine for you probably, it's looking in the mirror is one of the first things you do, maybe besides going to the restroom or something like that. We normally look at ourselves and then maybe we get up close to the mirror, we look at imperfections, we look at our hair and what we're going to do to fix it. Thinking of a few things that I know that I do. But we tend to look for things that are imperfect or that are wrong or that we have to fix. And I think this is a tendency we do with a lot of things. So one of the ways that we can bring that back and make it super tangible is by working with the body. So the first thing you can do, as I mentioned, is just notice what you observe. What is the first thing you observe when you look at your body in the morning? Just be aware of it. Just notice it. Nothing more. You could keep notes of it if you'd like, but just start to become aware and really catch yourself. What's the first thing? Really keep that conscious in your mind. And once you've noticed the first thing that you notice, say, okay, I noticed that, but I'm also going to acknowledge this. And what I want you to acknowledge second is either 1 to 3 things. If it's a little tricky in the beginning, start with 1, but maybe even work up to 3 or 5 things that you appreciate about what your body does for you. You might start with the things that you appreciate about the way it looks, but also really tie in the things that you appreciate about what your body allows you to do, how it allows you to serve, interact, use your creativity. All of the ways that your body helps you authentically express yourself. Because I think this is something we all want to do. We all want to authentically express ourselves and do it in a loving way. And one of the ways that I believe we can really begin to bring back that peace and love with our body is to acknowledge all the ways that this body does help us to serve and live authentically. And so by beginning to really recognizing how having a healthy and strong body helps us to get our message out in the world, really to serve and interact with others, allows for a shift to be created. I know I've really noticed this recently, and I'm really excited about it, and this is why I wanted to share this with you. So I invite you to do this challenge this week for a morning. Notice what your morning messages are to yourself in the mirror. Notice the first thing that comes to mind, and then take some time to appreciate a few things. And see how that starts your day, see how that shifts your weeks. And if you end up enjoying this, feel free to add this to a ritual or a practice that you do on a regular basis. It's been wonderful to share this. I wish you an amazing week, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Thanks so much.